Hi, welcome back to our top 10 shocking and interesting facts about the Strait of Hormuz. Hi, welcome back to our channel. What if I told you, a narrow strip of water controls a huge part of the world's economy? Welcome to the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important and dangerous choke points on Earth. Every day, massive oil tankers, cargo ships, and military vessels pass through this tiny passage. But here's the scary part. If anything goes wrong here, the entire world feels the impact. Today, we're uncovering the top 10 shocking and fascinating facts about the Strait of Hormuz, and why it matters more than you think. 10. A narrow lifeline. At first glance, it might look like a wide stretch of water. But the Strait of Hormuz is actually very narrow. At its tightest point, it's only around 33 kilometers wide, and the shipping lanes are even smaller, just a few kilometers across. That means giant oil tankers, some of the largest ships on Earth, must pass through extremely tight routes. One mistake, one accident, and the entire route could be blocked. 9. A massive portion of the world's oil flows here. Here's where things get serious. Roughly 1/5 of the world's oil supply passes through this single waterway every day. That's tens of millions of barrels of oil moving through a space smaller than many cities. No other route on Earth carries this much energy traffic, which means this one location has global importance. 8. It's the only exit for the Persian Gulf. The Strait of Hormuz is the only sea route connecting the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, and Qatar depend on it to export oil and gas. Without this passage, their energy resources would be trapped, and global supply chains would be disrupted almost instantly. 7. Iran holds a strategic position. The northern side of the strait is controlled by Iran. This gives Iran huge strategic influence. Even without closing the strait, the ability to threaten or control traffic gives it massive geopolitical power. In global politics, location can be everything. 6. Not just oil, gas too. It's not only oil flowing through here. A huge portion of the world's liquefied natural gas, LNG, also passes through the Strait of Hormuz. Countries like Japan, India, and China rely heavily on this route for energy. So, if this strait is disrupted, it's not just fuel prices that rise, entire economies can feel the pressure. 5. One of the most militarized zones on Earth. This isn't just a shipping route. It's one of the most heavily monitored and militarized regions in the world. Navies from multiple countries operate here, including the United States and regional forces. Warships, surveillance systems, and patrol aircraft are constantly active, because protecting this strait means protecting global trade. 4. A global choke point. The Strait of Hormuz is known as a choke point. That means a narrow passage where traffic is forced to pass through a limited space. And choke points are dangerous, because even a small disruption, like a ship blockage, conflict, or attack, can stop everything. There are very few alternative routes, which makes this one of the most critical vulnerabilities in global trade. 3. Most oil goes to Asia. Interestingly, the majority of oil passing through this strait doesn't go to the West. It goes to Asia. Countries like India, China, Japan, and South Korea are among the biggest importers. That means what happens in the Strait of Hormuz directly impacts billions of people. 2. Tensions can shake the global economy. The Strait of Hormuz is often at the center of global tensions. Even rumors of conflict or closure can cause oil prices to spike instantly. Markets react fast because the risk is real. Over the years, there have been multiple incidents involving tankers, military warnings, and regional conflicts. This isn't just a trade route, it's a pressure point for the entire world. 1. A single blockage could trigger a global crisis. And now, the most important fact. If the Strait of Hormuz were ever completely blocked, it could trigger a global energy crisis. Fuel shortages, rising prices, economic instability, because nearly 20% of the world's oil supply depends on this single passage. There is no easy replacement, no quick solution. This tiny waterway holds massive power over the modern world. So those were the top 10 shocking and interesting facts about the Strait of Hormuz. A narrow passage with global consequences. It's one of the clearest examples of how geography can shape the world. Did you know how important this place really is? And what do you think would happen if it ever closed? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy content like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next top 10 video.